Welcome back, everybody! It's horse time. I've got a couple goals for the video today. Two things. One, I would like to have this be a bit of an introductory to those who have yet to actually play Musume. And hopefully it'll be like kind of an evergreen video to help those that maybe see this like a year or two from now when we're like several events in. I'd like to have it be, you know, until we get some of the more major updates that we know are coming down the pipeline in a little while. Just something that people can see and be like, hey, maybe this can help me get into the game. Second, the second half of this is going to be specifically for the Champions meeting. Particularly this time it's going to be the Gemini Cup. At time of recording, we don't actually have a date for it. But I am already working on getting some horses ready for it. And I'm pretty excited. I liked the Taurus Cup. I didn't quite understand the rules. So I would hope to maybe make that a little clearer for those looking to participate in this next one. If you are a free-to-play player like myself, this is going to be the video for you. I have spent maybe a total of 25 bucks on this game. They had the intro packs, and I bought one of the daily carrot pack things. I have not spent a ton of money on this game, and even that I feel like did not really help me all that much. So if you are a free-to-play player, this is going to be for you. I will have some general advice for whales at the end towards the Champions meeting section, but generally, if you are whaling on this game, you probably know a lot of this info already, but I would appreciate if you hung out and watched, because, you know, I think I'm pretty entertaining. I like the horse girls. You might like my videos. Who knows? I would appreciate if you do stick around, like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, if you have something that you want to, like some advice that you want to give to newer players, go ahead and drop that down below. I'm going to have links to everything that I reference in the video's description. We should have a good time today. We're going to start here. This is, you know, the scouting range, or you can get all of your favorite horses and support cards. I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you are a free-to-play player, you generally don't have to worry about support cards, right? If you are in it just because you like the girls and you like to do the campaigns, you don't need to pull for these really ever. Like, if you just like to have the girls, like, go through and do their, like, things and try to win races in the single player, then, like, by all means, you could pass up on all of these, and you would be just fine, right? Getting these is almost entirely for people who want to do the actual, like, PvP races, and especially for the Champions meetings. Now, the Spotlight Scouts, these are a different story. I will give you the best piece of advice that another cow, a kindred spirit, let's call him, gave to me. You pull for your waifus. If you do not see a girl that you like, you don't need to pull for her. It's okay. I dropped hella carrots on Narita Bryan because look at this animation. She punches the ground and it explodes into light. That's cool as fuck. Now, I'm going to throw up on the screen real quick the presumed, like, predicted schedule for the scout events that are coming out. I believe upcoming for, like, meta players, Seiyun Sky is coming out relatively soon. And then after that, it's going to be Summer Maruzensky and stuff like that. I don't really care about Saiyan Sky, and even I care about the PvP mode, so I'm not going to go super hard on Saiyan Sky. I am here for Summer Special Week and Summer Maruzensky and Meisho Dodo after that. So, like, I'm saving everything for, like, that time period. And then after that, I don't really have anything for a long time. Like, again, if you want to play the PvP mode, keep an eye on the schedules and stuff, but don't sweat it if you don't get them. It is going to make playing the game much worse for you mentally if you feel like, you know, oh, because you missed out on one of the spotlight scouts that, like, you just can't play the game. Like, that's not how this works, and it is going to make you feel much worse. So, I don't even worry about it. Save your carrots, get the horse that you want, get the cutest horse that you think might show up, and have a good time. Like, you don't have to worry about this. And if you're a whale, you have no problem spending as much money as you need to get these things. So, like, you don't care. This advice is not for you. This advice is for people like me who have, you know, bills to pay. Now we're going to go over some of the things that I've learned playing Musume over the last couple... God, it's been almost 2 months at this point. By the time the video goes up, it'll have been over 2 months. I wanted to talk about a couple resources that I have been using that help me out a lot, and explain to you why I use them and kind of the importance of having all of this knowledge available to you, even if you're not going to be like training horses for meta stuff. I mentioned a fellow bovine earlier. Moo cows actually helped me out a lot. Put out a video a while ago about like how to learn about your horse girls and, you know, the best way to go about playing gachas in general. And it kind of helped me out, like, and kind of compartmentalize some problems that I've had playing gachas in the past and why this one is working so well for me. Highly recommend. Very, very good content. If you like gachas in general, you'll probably like Moo Cows. Very intelligent individual. Highly recommend. The other one that I've been using, and it's just kind of basically just like a wiki, game8.co/Musume Pretty Derby. This kind of just has everything you could need. It has all of the events. It has them in order for when they have released, where they're at currently, and what is supposed to be coming up next. A bunch of guides on how to train your horses to make sure that they're generally going to be the best that they can be. And the recommended stats and abilities for horses in particular. That part is very important for not only clearing your campaigns, but if you are playing any of the PvP modes, there are guides for those as well. Cannot recommend using this website enough. It's very clean, very well laid out. Just like, it has everything. It has like all of the little like in-story events. It has the like outcomes for all of your little choices that you make. And again, if you don't need that stuff or you don't want that stuff, you don't got to use this at all. This is for the people who want to be kind of getting a little bit more out of this and trying to make better horses for the PvP modes. I am going to hop into a campaign with Goldship here, just to kind of show you what I've been doing. This is the part where I talk about training for the Gemini Cup. I have a couple pieces of advice right out the gate. If you are a free-to-play player, go into the... Okay, I remember where I'm supposed to be going. So, you want to navigate from the home menu to your clubs. Once you're here, go up to the club menu and you click Rankings. From here, it will give you a list of basically the top-rated clubs across the entire game. What I recommend doing this is you find any of these players, right? Whichever one you want. I'll just click on... Oh, let's click here because Oguri Cap is very good. So the leader of this club, you click on here, and unfortunately this one, the max amount of they've accumulated the max amount of followers, but you can click follow on this player's profile, and then you will have access to all of this down here: their star Musume and their career support. This Kita-san is very sought after. Like, many players know that Kita-san was kind of like the most sought after SSR kind of right out the gate. So having access to these very high level support cards is crucial, because you always need at least one to borrow from another player. And you can only get that from people on your followed list. They don't have to follow you, and you don't have to be mutuals. You just have to be following another player. So find one of these high ranked players and just follow whichever ones you need. If you need to, like, I have my own club set up, obviously, but it's really easy to generate club points, and you can always buy more follower slots right at, like, it's like 2,000 club points or whatever they are, and you generate these things so fast. So it's not even a huge issue, just like buying more club points. That is my first recommendation. Just follow a handful of high-ranked players with open follow slots and borrow their Umas. It's real easy to do, and it helps you a ton. To my point, I followed this trainer named Frederick, and their Symboli Rudolph is kind of nuts. It's obviously not going to be the most powerful for the Gemini Cup, but a 3-star speed, 3-star tether is kind of whatever for this one, but 2-star for Emperor's Divine Might and Turf are both very good, and this Symboli gives a lot of good stats, particularly speed and power, which Goldship needs as an end closer. So I'm gonna borrow this Symboli, and I'm also probably gonna use my probably this Brian that I trained the other day. I mean, she's not amazing, but she gives me a 2-star for Shadow Break. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just borrow this one. I'm just going to use this as an example. So, another easy part about this, it makes it real easy to kind of just stop after a while. Like, if you're a free-to-play player, you're likely going to stop once your daily borrows are up. So, like, you do your runs, and then you call it a day. And you can go off to do your other stuff. You don't have to be grinding this shit all day, which I really appreciate. Here is the part that is going to be mostly about the Champions meeting. So, for the Gemini Cup, you are going to want kind of a specific layout of stats. If you just kind of train your horse however you want in, like, the regular, like, in just like a normal campaign run, generally you'll be able to get there. Like, you might have 1 or 2 close calls, but, like, you should be fine. For Champions meetings, you're going to need a pretty specific set of stats. I am not going to go into real deep on them right now, just because, like I said, I want this to be kind of a generalized video for, like, the future. But I am going to kind of show you my thought process for how I train my horses and to get them ready for the Champions meeting or whatever PvP event that I'm planning on doing. I do a couple of different things. So right up here you can see, you know, this is the first training that I'm going to be doing in this. I have 2 horses available for speed training. I generally go through and check which stat has, like, the most amount of horses early on, and then train with those as much as I possibly can, even if it's a stat that's, like, not super great. Guts is generally not super highly prioritized. For this one, it's going to be a little different just because of the circumstances of the Gemini Cup. But the goal here is to get your friendship increased with your supports. That way, later on, when you have to be really particular about your training, you can be, and you will get higher stat bonuses because of it. So I'm going to train here with these 2. I'm going to train with McQueen and Special. And generally, that's just the goal of the the run, is you just kind of pick and choose whichever ones have, like, the highest amount of supports. I'm probably going to do stamina here.
Yes, sir.
And kind of min-max how you train your horse. There's obviously going to be exceptions to every rule. You're going to need to rest occasionally. I recommend doing occasional wit training just because it gives you a little bit of energy back. And, you know, you need your wit to be at least a certain point to have a higher average of activating skills. Other than that, just, you can kind of do it off vibes, but you'll want to be prioritizing specific stats. For the Gemini Cup, it's mostly going to be stamina, and then speed, and then power, and then wit, and then guts. Generally, it might be a little different depending on where your horse is running from. End closers and late surgers don't need as much stamina as pace chasers and front runners, and then front runners and pace chasers don't need as much power as late surgers and end closers. That's generally the sacrifice that each of those classes make when training for these things. This is going to be a very particularly long cup. I believe they said it was 3,200 meters, so you're going to want much more stamina than you did if you participated in the Taurus Cup. And here's one last bit that I will mention on training specifically. When training your Umas, you want to pay attention to the the skills that your supports can give you. I am looking to train with Special Week here, when she has the little exclamation icon, because she gives me access to Hydrate, and Hydrate can then be trained, or can, like, level up into Gourmand. Gourmand is one of the best gold stamina skills. And stamina skills, golden stamina skills, are going to be very important for the champions meetings. Generally, there are teams of 3. You generally want a dedicated main, like one that is can be a backup main that is a different running class, because you want to kind of separate, you want all 3 of your horses that you're running to be at different classes. So, generally you'll want, a front runner, a pace chaser, and a late surger, or, a pace chaser, a late surger, and an end closer. You don't really want them to overlap, because that means that every team's dedicated debuffer will have a better chance of completely crippling your team. And that is the last thing that you want in a champions meeting. Because every team worth their salt is going to have a dedicated debuffer that is not there to win the race, but is there to make sure that your opponent's horses do not. They're not there to win, they're there to make sure that all of the other horses lose. So, having gold stamina skills, from what I've seen, it's generally recommended that you have at least 2. Having those is going to help a ton. So that's why I'm going to train with Special Week here, and a chance that I get access to Hydrate. Even though speed is not my highest priority stat at the moment, I'm always going to take opportunities to train with units that have, the higher priority stats that I want. One final note that I will mention before I end the video is that you want to be pretty conservative with your skill points. Some of you who have already been playing this game might know that the longer you wait to pick up a skill, the more likely it is that you can get it at a pretty solid discount. Now, I have Shadow Break and Emperor's Divine Might here for my legacies. There are, I think, 2 inspiration events per run, and each one of those has the opportunity to discount this even further. So, I am going to hold off on picking up Shadow Break or Emperor's Divine Might, probably until later. Some skills you can get pretty early on and have them be pretty well discounted. Other skills, you generally won't. Like, any of the, I don't know if they're called inherited skills or, like, inherent skills. So, like, Umastay in here is one of Gold Chip's, like, skills that she just comes with. This will never get discounted just because I don't have any supports that discount this skill. So I'm, like, if I need this, which for training for the Gemini Cup I don't, but as an example, I would just pick this up now instead of waiting for it to get discounted later because there's not really a chance of that happening. I hope this video in some way helped you. If you're looking to get into Musume, pretty much any time is a good time. Cygames is generally pretty generous with when they hand out, like, free currency. They're running events all the time. Like, there's always going to be an opportunity for you to get in and enjoy the game to the fullest extent. I hope that you can do that, and if you've been on the fence that you choose to do that, because I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun, and being able to enjoy it with my other friends has been kind of a wonderful and heartwarming experience, just being able to get together and talk about these dumb little horse girls that make us all feel some kind of way. It's been kind of a bizarre but very enjoyable experience. So, again, big shout-outs to Moo Moo Cows for all of the videos that they put out. Very informative. They've helped me a lot. Shoutouts to Game 8 for having that wonderful wiki with all of the information. Please go watch and subscribe to Moo Moo Cows. Go look at the Game 8 wiki. Everything is linked in the description down below. It's all wonderful content. There's a couple, like, once you get to Moo Moo Cows, you will probably find some of the other content creators. And if you enjoy them, please watch them as well. I've really enjoyed Musume, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you please like, subscribe, ascribe, describe. Do something. There's a button down below me. Click it. Click that button. I swear to God, if you don't click that button, I'm going to cry. For real. Thank you guys for watching. Please, I hope you stick around. I have some really big stuff coming up now that I'm done with vacation. I said this in the last video, but I'm going to say it again. I needed a break, and I'm so glad to be back because I'm having so much fun again. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.